Okay, hello. I've been working on this side project to try to create a proxy generator for the dual master cards for about a year or so now, and these are some of my like project stuff. It's a really rough system, and in like no way is it perfect, but I've kind of gotten to a point where I think if I do a quick walkthrough of how things work, that the vast majority of people will probably be able to use it to proxy together decks, which is what my original intention was. So, um, let's see. I've got a couple of cards here, um, and they all have like different things. Like this is an evolution creature, uh, spell, shield trigger, blocker, uh, drag heart weapon, drag heart creature. And I'm just like gonna go through and make all of these cards, and then I'm gonna generate them to give you like a idea of what is involved in making most of them. Just because the process is kind of labor intensive, and I don't know of a better way to go through it other than just showing you. So let me grab a blank deck. Um, the program I use to create this generator is Nandeck, and it creates its cards based off of Excel files. So this is a free Excel program I have. It's probably better to use Google Sheets, but just for the purpose of like making stuff, I this looks decidedly old. Hopefully this will work. Overlay one, two, 1 second. Uh oh. Did I mess up already? Uh, I guess this is a good point. This is what one looks like when you finish it. Gen 1, overlay 1, tablet. It looks like everything's there. Uh, I hope I don't have to like edit this video apart. Uh, okay, so I guess hmm, I have not done this in a while. uh, yeah, just wait. Title and images is in reverse. Image title. Apparently, I never fixed that. All right. Um, so basically, the way I have this set up is I used Dual Masters wiki, and you can basically just go through and copy paste um, all the information for the cards into the Excel sheet, and then later we'll open Nandeck, and you can use Nandeck to generate a proxy of the card based off all the information in the program. Okay, and this looks a little finicky. That's just because it's kind of how things work at the moment. Uh, but let's yeah, let's go through and do some of the bits and pieces stuff. So this is a I'm trying to make sure I'm explaining this in order. I mean, I've explained the Excel sheet, but I think the yeah, actually, let's go through and do another step. It'll just make things easier. Unless these do not give me the option to see, they want to save as web files. Can I get them to save? What are they? What are they? Properties, file. Great. Okay, yeah. I'll just like go through and do it this way. It'll make it a bit easier to understand. This program does not work with WebP files. I tested it the other day when I was getting ready to make this video. But you need images of all the cards. I have things set up so that you can take the full art of the card and then you can just put it into the program and it'll overlay like the templates. So like in those examples I showed earlier, you can just get it to work out where it'll like, oh man, I forgot that this is so poorly set up. It'll it'll cover all this and it'll give you a Gen 2 layout that allows you to overlay the card. It'll make way more sense when I actually get to it. But first, I want to take these and explain how Nandeck works, at least the way I have it set up. Um, Everything that Nandeck wants to operate off of is inside of this folder. DM. Oops. Oh. Sorry about that. Uh, I'm wondering if I can get the mic a bit better. This DMPG uh, V a 1.8. And what you'd want to do is you'd want to put all the images in here. Basically, the way it's set up right now, which is something I'm trying to fix, is I can only get images to load if every image that is used in generating the card is in the same folder. So like the cards, the template images, the deck, um, like there's just a bunch of stuff in here, like the soul icons and link icons and stuff, keyword icons. But yeah, so what you would want to do is once these are saved as PNGs or JPEGs, you'd want to move these in here so that you can go ahead and um, have them generate when you open Nandeck. And I just wanted to show you that part because I feel like it would make more sense that way. But once you have the cards and you know what they are, I'll bring up that was the wrong one. Where's the right one? Uh-oh. I didn't do I didn't. This is what happens when you're unprepared. Nope. Okay. Um, so now what we want to do is we want to go through and get the correct template for the cards. Like Quake is he is a dark nature evolution creature. So we just want to go. It should be labeled Gen 2 Multi-Civ Dark Nature creature. Yeah. Yeah, another thing is this is poorly set up, but basically, so it's now got the stuff for being the template for that. Then we want to come over here and we just add its power. You can add flavor text, but it's sort of broken at the moment. Mana does nothing. I don't know why I added that. And then you come in here. This is the souls, and I believe this one is yep. So that's the overlay for the evolution. Wait a minute. Doesn't that not work? Because you get the evolution symbol, but and that's another thing. Just certain aspects of this are not completely fleshed out, and I've sort of run out of time to like work on this freely. But that's gonna give you the evolution symbol, but not the evolution creature text. Just for examples, I think it'll be fine. So here we want to put the cost. The cost will be 10. The subtitle, that's actually race, and I may go through and change it. I just haven't because it'll take me some time. And now the most important one, text. Text has been a real challenge to get working in this thing, for a number of reasons. One of the biggest reasons is because the the program Nandeck uses HTML text. At least it's set up to. So getting the HTML text to work out correctly when you try to generate a card has been a bit of an issue, especially because it will break if the formatting of the card is too hard, which makes it yeah, see, I don't know what happened there. Oh yeah, now I know. Text unformatted. Yeah, see, that's still, that looks formatted. I don't get why. But I know how to fix that, and it's one of the reasons I made this video. So as far as this card goes, we have its cost, its race, its text. We have a template for it, and its power. So we more or less have everything that would be needed to make a representation of the card. And then like you can just go on to the next one. But I guess I should explain one thing I did here that I didn't go over. I had to add this bracket so that it'll add the space in between the card, the text for the card. So it'll press enter. Another quirk I'm trying to work out at the moment, but that probably won't change. It's probably just something that'll be part of the program. Okay, so we got one down. This one will probably be easier just because there's less things to do. But so I would want to go in here. I'd want to get the nature civilization spell. Yep. And then I'd want to add its cost, which is 3. It has no subtitle, it just has text. And yep, it has no power, so we don't have to worry about that. This card's basically done now, so we can just go on to the next one. Yep, so this is a light water spell, so we want to go to multi-civ, light water creature, light water spell. Its cost is 8. No race. Text. Okay, for this card, because like I have the symbols added for shield trigger. Oh god, I don't like the way this text is set. Because I have the symbols added for shield trigger, I basically what I've done is I've set it up so that if you put keywords in brackets, it will generate the symbol for the keyword instead of just the keyword. So this will be a shield trigger symbol instead of just shield trigger. And then you'd want to go through and add the brackets to the text. Yep, and then we're basically done because we've already got cost and there's no extra stuff for this. Okay, and so now we have a creature that has blocker, and it follows most of the same principles. You just want to go down to multi-civ, light water creature, and then we got to do those extra steps, like we want to have its race because it's command angel. So you would go to command angel, angel command, whatever, 4,000. Its cost is 5. And I don't need to use any of the overlays for this one. The overlays are really something that needs to be reworked. Okay, so, oh, yeah, I see it. I see the issue. Okay, and so that card is done. And then we just want to do Galgi Horn and Little Big Horn. Uh, so these are so Dual Master has like a lot of different like card styles that I had to work through. Part of the reason this is taking me so long is just converting all of these that are in here into usable um yeah, like something usable. And to be honest, I kind of failed, and I feel like I would need to redo the whole thing. Like this is just a drag weapon. That's that's what the template for that is. And then drag weapons are basically like spells, more or less. Oh wait, I've completely forgotten something on the last card. I was so focused on getting through the other stuff. So this is another one you would want to go through and okay. So you do like you did on the other one. You put the brackets down for blocker, and then you want to do the space separation so that you can get the text separated correctly. That is interesting. And that's another problem. I just don't know. Sometimes things work out like that. Like that one decided that it was going to be completely stretched out. So you got Galgi Horn. What we want to do, move it here. I don't know why I did that. See, and then this one's different again. The formatting issue has been a lot of the reason why I kept like testing this, and it's taken me so long to release it because sometimes I just have no idea why it's doing certain things. Everything works, but nothing works the way you would expect it to. But yeah, so that does it for this. It's more or less done. It has no flavor. Wait, it does have flavor text. But the solution is too long. The problem with flavor text, I'll just explain it here. If I put this in the flavor column, my text boxes do not scale dynamically. So the part of this part of the text, like I bet where it's like this part will overlay with the flavor, and I still have not been able to code it in, so it doesn't do that at the moment. All right, and I guess we will do the last one, which is just a drag heart creature. Darkness. Uh, drag heart creature fire. All right. Oh yeah, this says no text. It's it's virtually no text. Okay. So, but it 500 power. Oops. 5,000 cost. Cost 5. And this one has a race because it is a creature. And that's it basically. Like this is more or less a complete workable set of cards. And this is the quantity. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I want 2 pages, so this is 6. Uh, yeah, let's print 3 of these. And actually, if this is 6, Let's do 3 of each. I really don't think it matters. I just want, like, when I go to the print function later, I want there to be a good example. Wait, let's not do that. Yeah, let's cancel. Let's save it as test V. And let's just save it to the desktop. Okay. So the only thing I didn't do is at some point I will need to go in here and add the images to this. But before I do that, I'm going to go ahead and open Nandeck and show you what happens when you upload some of this stuff. Oh boy, so much stuff. This is going to open off screen and I'm just going to have to drag it over. Don't need this anymore. Any minute now. Okay, so this is Nandeck. This is what I use to create the script that has that creates all the cards. It's gotten a 113 so far, and it's going to be way longer when I go back and start adding stuff that needed to be in it before. Like here, you can see it loads all the keywords. I've kind of started, I've started commenting some stuff out. I did a really lazy job on it. It's got some if statements in case you want to do the, what are they called? The zero civilization cards. Like I've tried to like foolproof this. Like this is for if you need to do psychic cards, but you want the text to be white because that's how it was on the original overlay stuff. Yeah. So what we want to do is we just want to come up here and where it actually I guess this is a good point. This is for a test deck. This is for DMD-20, the super deck. I wanted one so that I could create quick examples of what a completed card looks like. So here's what it'll look like. It's going through and generating the card. It usually takes a while. And then there it is. It's not perfect. Like you can see the text spacing is off, but it dynamically scales. It's got a decent looking cost counter. It's got all the races. It's got the correct text. It's got power. So it's usable. It's just not great. But yeah, so like this is like what you'd be dealing with. I believe there's 4 of this card. So if we highlight this, it'll Interesting. Let me try that again. It doesn't. I guess I'll just validate deck. Build deck. And this is the process you would go through to like build an entire deck. So now it's going to go through and build every card because I could not get the other ones to load, and I kind of wanted you to have an example of what that would look like. Oh God. I always forget how slow this is. It's trying to build a full deck of about 48 cards because the super deck is in fact full. It's like having to render them all out. Here's the yeah. Yeah, you got a flash one there. I will probably just speed this section up. So, okay, we're back. It's about to finish pretty soon. No, I spoke too soon. Let's just keep going. Yeah, okay, here we are. Yep, and so that needed a space bracket. But this is more or less what they look like. They're, yeah, this one came out pretty all right. And it's, it's generated a whole deck based on this. So if, for instance, I did not know I put the effects on for that one. I probably messed up there. It's almost readable. Yeah, and you can. I mean, I haven't like gotten a playtest with anyone, but you could definitely, if you sit here and like uh, if you sit here and waste an afternoon. Some of these are not the right. Yeah, like this is completely wrong. Some of them are not right because I was doing this as a quick test. Like, yeah, like stuff like that. That's off. These are kind of shoddy jobs of me trying to make sure that I have stuff for evolution creatures. The drag hearts look pretty bad as well. And the dragon creatures. I was just trying to make sure that everything was in here. This is the wrong direction, so it makes sense that that looks bad. But yeah, so that's what it's like. I'm gonna go ahead and build a deck. Print. This should take invalid printer orientation. That should not break anything more. Okay. Once again. So what? It's giving. Oh man, that is really weird. I didn't know it could do this. I mean, when it works, like I guess I'll have to look into that. But when it works, it'll give you one like the one I showed before, where it's like the DM29. Like this is one I went through and did some corrections on, and it's more or less playable. It's not perfect. Okay. We've done enough just like going through stuff with Nandek. So here, if you want to make a different deck, instead of using the one you already have, you just want to go through. You just want to go through and change it to a different one. I saved this here. So, like I said, when you do this, you have to put everything in the correct folder, which is this folder for right now. So I want to come in here and paste my Excel file. And by naming it the same thing here, when I go to generate the first card, it'll do this. And so, yeah. Wow, the evolution mark doesn't line up with the creature. Just another thing to work on at some point. Okay, yeah, I gotta reload. That's weird. Nope, that's right. Yeah. So there it goes. It's generated the cards. I might do an additional part to this video where I just add where I've added the text, but you've got an idea of what that looks like. So I think that's everything. I will probably be releasing this really, really soon. Just giving people an opportunity to mess with it. At this point, I think I need a lot of feedback from people who would use it on a normal basis to tell me what needs to be fixed. Because I more or less, um, I more or less have things set up, but like I want to make this as user friendly as possible. I really love this game, and I built this just because I wanted like people at my card shop to be more engaged in the idea of playing with me. So I'd love it if I could just get some feedback on what people think needs to be improved. Um, and good luck. If you have any questions, just put them in the comment section, and I'll try to be super receptive. Something that didn't come up in this video actually, just because I said that. Uh, I got lucky with the formatting on this. Most of the time, something will go wrong in here. Um, and it'll need to be fixed. Like you'll load the card, and for whatever reason, it'll be blank. Like the image will be blank, even though you have the image. And remember, the images do have to be in the same folder as the Excel file and all the templates, or you'll load it and the text will be empty. What you need to do in those cases is you need to unformat everything. And the easiest way that I know of to do that is to copy all of this, like copy everything but the headers, or copy just everything, and go like a sufficient amount down, uh, so you're past everything, and copy paste it into a Google Sheets folder to unformat it, and then copy it back, and that should fix the majority of the problems. But yeah, that's everything I got. Um, I hope people find this interesting. I will be releasing this soon. I'll probably just put a link to it. I'll probably link it to Duel Master Reborn because there's a lot of stuff I have to put out there. Um, in concerns to like what I've been going through and why is this taking me so long, because my first post on there was like forever ago. I probably need to say a bunch of thank yous to the people who made the templates. But yeah, that's everything. I hope that people like get a chance to use this and actually find it to be a great tool for like getting into the game and using cards from like Japan and whatever. Goodbye. Okay, so I'm back. I went through and fixed some stuff for these. I made PNG versions of these, and I moved them into the project folder basically. So now, if I open Nandeck, and I change this, yep, preview, then yeah, you get a card. I mean, it's not perfect. Again, this one was the worst of the bunch. I need to figure out what I'm doing with this. Um, but hold on. Okay, it won't do it unless I build. Uh, Actually, let's try to print this page because that didn't work last time and I'm still unsure. I guess if it breaks this time, I can go through and try to, yeah, validate, build. This should take considerably less time because it's only a couple of cards. Mm, yeah, little bighorn not looking great. Oh, it's not done. Okay, there it is. Oh man. Okay, so it generated the first one. Uh, Is it still not done? What's the? Oh, okay. Um, and then uh, Sanctuary of the Mother. And like as you can see, the text will scale based on how much text there is. That was like one of the biggest things for me, making sure that everything was readable. Uh, yeah, most of them are Gen 2 designs just because it's the one I had all of the templates for. At least I had most of them. Yep, this one is correct. As you can see, it has the shield trigger symbol. One small correction about something I said earlier in the video. Um, I said you could use brackets. Actually, you just want to use parentheses. I always forget that I could not get brackets to work. So if you use parentheses, it will give you the symbol as opposed to just um, as opposed to like just the text. And that's how you can get all your keywords in here. Like if we go to the next one, you see it has blocker. Um, so yeah, I mean that's it. That's oh yeah, and then you have my shitty drag heart. Um, stand-ins. I'm still like trying very hard to like make this look decent. But I mean, at this point, playable versus good is kind of what I was aiming for. Like this isn't great, but you can tell it costs 2 and you know its name and you know what type it is. Same thing going for Little Bighorn. Like it's not great, but it's workable. But yeah, that's that. Oh wait, hold on. Let's try to print. This should give us 2 pages. So yeah, page 1 and then page 2. Yeah, and then you go ahead and you click on this, and it'll give you yeah, print as PDF. So and then you can go ahead and save it. Oh, give it a name. Test V. And yeah, and now if I wanted any of these cards, I could go ahead and print them from this set and stuff. So yeah, I guess that covers all of the basics. I don't know when I'm gonna post this. I probably need to go through and edit some stuff where I'm just sitting there and not doing anything. But unless I like find some other glaring issue, I imagine that about a week after I post this or so, I'll go to the Duel Masters Reborn forums and go ahead and like put some stuff in there and like have a bunch of links to all the things you have to download. It's not going to be much. Like I will probably just put this folder up for download with my test decks in there, just so that you have an idea of what it should look like when everything works. Minus these, these are formatting errors. I can already tell. and and yeah, and I'll just like link you to Nandeck, and then I'll make like a setup video like a setup video explaining some stuff. It'll also come with like all the fonts and other things you need. Like I'll try to be more consistent in like how I go about explaining all this mess because it is pretty confusing. But like hopefully that this was enough for people to kind of just go, yeah, I wouldn't mind wasting maybe 2 hours to make one really good modern DM deck minus some cards and features. I guess that is one thing I want to talk about. A lot of the work I have or haven't done at this point really just comes down to like not having the templates or not having something that looks good. Like with the whole Dragheart thing, where it's like, these look terrible, and and that's not like specifically because they're sidekicks. I mean, that's some of it, but some of it is also just because like I don't have official templates, and so I like took the nearest thing I could find and went, yeah, this will work for the most part. Like once I have a complete template set and stuff, I should be able to get further. And I mean, like this is just the start. I want to be able to do like reasonable proxies of every horizontal card, and then reasonable proxies of all vertical cards, and and the dual cards and whatever, just like everything. I mean, my general philosophy about making this was if I could just do it right once, then I could repeat that process for just about making anything in the game. And I feel like I'm close. Like I'm definitely not like all the way there yet, but I'm getting there. So that was everything. Thank you and goodbye.